Today I'm going to show you how you can get your insurance premiums from these prices down to these prices, saving over £1,000. These days, the costs of car insurance for new drivers can often outweigh the costs of paying for lessons to pass your driving test. So in this video, I'm going to go through my top tips for how to reduce your car insurance costs. Firstly, we must understand there are some things we cannot change and are always going to affect our insurance premiums. For example, your age. If you're under 25, you are unfortunately going to get higher insurance. Your area. If you live in someone like London, you are going to get higher insurance. And your occupation. If, for example, you work in a pub, your premiums might be quite high as you're near alcohol, and the drives you do might be late at night, which is when a lot of accidents could happen. Increasing the amount of excess you pay can reduce your premium. So the excess is the amount you would need to pay if you wanted to claim on the policy if you got into an accident. Adding on additional drivers to your policy often saves money as well. So adding your parents on, who may have been driving for 20 or 30 years and have got quite a few years no claims bonus, could reduce the cost of your premium. One of the biggest things that's going to affect your premiums is the car you choose. If you choose a newer car, let's say less than 10 years old, premiums are likely to be less than an older car. The reason being, imagine you had lots of money and you just bought, as your first car, a really nice Rolls Royce. Compare driving that to if you bought a car that cost £50, had loads of rust, loads of dents on it. Which one are you going to drive more carefully? On a newer car, you're likely to be more careful with it and not take any unnecessary risks. So this will then reflect on a lower insurance premium. As well as the age, even the make and model of the car you choose will affect your insurance premiums. We've got something called insurance groups, and the lower the insurance group is, the cheaper the insurance should be. Low insurance group cars are things like super minis, for example. What I mean by super minis are really small cars, typically with just 2 doors. So for example, a Citroen C1 is often an insurance group 1, but it does depend on the specification of it. Higher insurance group cars could be what you could call your typical boy racer cars. For example, a Ford Fiesta or a Vauxhall Corsa. Whilst these type of cars may be very popular with young people, this actually works against you. As you may be aware, the age group that causes the most accidents on the roads are under 25s. And these under 25s typically buy cars like Fiestas and Corsas. This then means insurance companies charge more for insuring these cars. In the modern day, most insurance companies will insist on having a black box fitted to your car if you're a new driver, particularly a young driver, so under 25. These boxes will monitor things such as your acceleration, your braking and your steering. If you're doing any of these excessively, for example, you're braking hard, you're accelerating firmly, and you're steering aggressively, then your insurance premiums are going to go up as the black box will pick up on that. But if you behave yourselves, then your insurance premiums should be lower. With the black boxes, what often puts people off is they often have curfews on them. So they don't allow you to drive late at night. They penalise you for this and give you a fine. One company you could try does insurance for young drivers with black boxes is Marmalade. They claim their insurance policies don't have any curfews on them. There's no restrictions. They just monitor your acceleration, your braking and your steering and base your premiums on that. I'll leave a link in the description below for getting a quote from Marmalade, and if you use that link you'll get a discount on the premium as well. I decided to do some quick quotes. These are the details I used, and at first These are the details of the car I used. The premiums came out to over £2,000. I then tweaked some of the details. Let's see what effect it has. The premiums are now over £1,000 cheaper. Of course, everyone's circumstances are different. So you want to do your research, go onto comparison websites and try experimenting with different cars, different levels of excess cover, adding on additional drivers, and see what works out to give you the cheapest insurance.